Most men think respect comes when they earn more money, buy a bigger car, or flash a designer watch. But here's the unsettling truth. You could have all of that and still find people wasting your time. They keep you waiting. They talk endlessly without saying anything meaningful. They cancel plans at the last second. They use you as background noise. Respect for your time does not come from the external decorations of life. It comes from an internal fire that other people can feel but cannot explain. And here is where it gets uncomfortable. When you practice semen retention, you trigger this invisible shift. People suddenly start treating your minutes like they matter. They stop playing games with your schedule. They speak sharper. They listen harder. They tread more carefully. Not because you begged for respect, but because your energy forces it. Time becomes sacred around you. And that sacredness comes from holding on to what most men spill away without a second thought. When you begin retention, something changes that you cannot fully see in the mirror. Your posture settles. Your voice carries weight. Your eyes stop darting around. Most importantly, you stop craving the little crumbs of validation that make people casually disrespect your time. You no longer wait around for others. You no longer laugh at jokes you do not find funny just to belong. You no longer linger in meaningless conversations that drain you. People pick up on this instantly. They do not consciously know why they are adjusting to you, but their subconscious is screaming that you are no longer a man who can be wasted. And before I go further, if you want to share your own experiences and tap into daily discussions that go much deeper than these videos, join my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. That community is where these ideas get raw and real. Now think carefully. Most men pour out their seed without hesitation. They are restless. They are drained. Their energy is always leaking. And because they treat themselves as expendable, others treat them the same way. If you do not respect your own energy, why should anyone respect your time? It is that brutal. The way you handle yourself teaches the world how to handle you. Retention is a constant declaration that you are not cheap. That declaration radiates in ways you cannot fake. People suddenly become more aware when they speak to you. They do not want to ramble. They do not want to waste the chance. They sense scarcity, and scarcity always commands respect. This is not magic. It is psychology. Humans evolved to notice cues of authority and discipline. Watch what happens in any group. The man who fidgets, stutters, and checks his phone every 2 minutes gets ignored. The man who sits still, who speaks with calm certainty, who does not rush, is respected. Retention helps you become the second man, because your energy is condensed, your attention is focused, your very presence feels heavier. It is as if you walk into a room carrying an invisible shield of discipline. That shield changes how people approach you. Women especially sense it. They stop playing endless games. They cut the fluff. They respect your boundaries. They feel the difference between a man who is scattered and a man who is whole. And here's a darker point. The modern world is built to waste you. Everything from cheap entertainment to shallow relationships is designed to drain your time. But retention makes you ruthless with your boundaries. You filter out nonsense automatically. You walk away from gossip. You end calls that go nowhere. You refuse to stay in situations that disrespect your hours. People notice this. They adjust. They become sharper when they deal with you. Imagine this scenario. 2 men are sitting in silence. One is nervous, tapping his foot, looking for validation, throwing in jokes to break the tension. The other sits calm, steady, unshaken, giving words only when needed. Which man do you instinctively respect more? Which man's time feels heavier? It's always the second. Retention builds that presence naturally, because when you are not drained, you do not fidget. You are anchored. You are not in a hurry to fill silence. Silence itself becomes your weapon. And silence, when backed by energy, is louder than words. Over weeks and months of practice, you will notice something else. You are not easily accessible anymore. You do not rush to reply to every message. You do not say yes to every invitation. You're not sitting around waiting for approval. And this creates a paradox. The less available you become, the more people value your time. They wait for your response, plan carefully before reaching out. They apologize when they are late. They know they cannot treat you like a man who's always on call. Scarcity breeds respect, and semen retention forces you into that scarcity by filtering what no longer deserves your attention. Look back at history. The leaders who commanded respect were not always the richest men in the room. They were the ones whose time was guarded. Kings, generals, visionaries, They all had an aura that told others their hours were rare. Their attention had to be earned. Even in ordinary life today, the rule has not changed. If your time feels abundant and cheap, no one values it. If it feels rare and sacred, everyone protects it. Retention trains your mind to live in that sacred space. Every day you retain, you deepen the gravity of your presence. Respect for your time is also tied to respect for your words. When people sense you are disciplined, they do not interrupt you. They do not dismiss you casually. They lean in, pay attention. They know your words are not scattered filler. They know they carry weight. And the more they sense this, the more careful they become with your time, because they do not want to waste the chance of hearing something valuable. This is why your presence feels sharper, even without trying. You will notice friends who once wasted your hours with endless small talk now hesitate. They either bring you something meaningful or they avoid you altogether. People who used to call you at random for nothing start respecting boundaries. Even strangers in customer service, shops, or cafes treat you with a little more formality. These are not coincidences. These are the echoes of your own self-respect reverberating back. When you stop wasting yourself, the world stops wasting you. But here is the uncomfortable part. Some people will not like this new version of you. They will accuse you of being arrogant or distant. They will resent the fact that you no longer give them unlimited access. These are the very people who were benefiting from your lack of boundaries. They thrived when you were cheap. They fed on your time when you were careless. And now they cannot. Losing them is not a tragedy, it is a cleansing. You're making space only for those who truly respect you. What you gain is priceless. Every relationship sharpens. Every project deepens. Every day feels intentional. You no longer live on other people's timelines. You live on your own clock. And others have no choice but to adapt. They cannot drag you back into shallow distractions. They cannot guilt you into wasting your energy. They sense the cost of disrespecting your time is too high. Even in conflict, they tread carefully, because deep down, they know that wasting your hours is the ultimate insult. And you are not the type of man to tolerate insult. Retention rewires you to treat time as sacred. When you treat time as sacred, the world mirrors that reverence. This is why people respect your time now, because you became allergic to waste. Because you became a man who does not squander himself. And in a society drowning in distractions, that kind of man is rare. Rare things are respected, rare things are feared, rare things are valued. That is what you are becoming. So the next time you notice people being sharper with you, conversations being shorter, friends showing up on time, strangers hesitating before bothering you, remember this truth. You did not demand respect. You became it. When you become it, people cannot help but fall in line. That is the power of semen retention. And if you want me to continue producing content like this, content that speaks the truths most voices shy away from, then do contribute using the thanks button below. Every contribution matters. Every single one helps us keep building this movement and spreading these insights.